G'day folks, and welcome back to another episode of the Bush TV. Wow, I'm back in the bush again, and this is a third time lucky. After 2 unsuccessful trips on doing mountain ash son of a bitch to the knobs track, I've decided to come back and do it again. Third time lucky. On this one I hit Burgoyne's Gap East track, heading down to the McAllister Gorge, Green Hills track, all the way to Cobb Spur track, where I'm going to camp at a nice pristine little location right on Serpentine Creek. Sit back and enjoy the Bush TV. This episode is proudly supported by Sign Shop Australia, the Licola Caravan Park, YV Sheds and Barns and Admiral Towing. Further supported by Vic High Country Trips, Info and Vehicle Setups on the Facebook page. To be sure not to miss an episode of the Bush TV, hit subscribe, hit the bell notification, click all and you'll be notified as soon as I drop a video. Alright folks, well, last time I was on this track I did it the other way around and I didn't record it. This time I am recording it. We're on Burgoyne's East and now it's time to let some tyre pressure down. I reckon I'm going to drop them to about, it's pretty dry, maybe 25. I don't need to drop them too much, maybe a little bit less than that. So let's drop the tyre pressure, head on down to Burgoyne's East track all the way down to the McAllister River. It's now 12:30 in the afternoon. It's a very good day. It's a little bit of wind about. Let's go. Burgoyne's Gap track is around 14 kilometres from Licola and just off the Licola road. This track can have some steep sections, but at the time of this video had been graded. It runs up to a nice spectacular helipad and then down to the McAllister Gorge, where you can also see Morning Glory Hut. My route today is Burgoyne's Gap track, Green Hills track, all the way over the Cobb Spur track with some spectacular views of Licola North, heading down to Serpentine Creek for a nice little camp right down in the valley. Bear in mind, the McAllister River down at the McAllister Gorge can be very difficult to cross. If you are going to walk the crossing, please be very careful not to get washed away. You might end up in Lake Glenmaggie. This is another opportunity for an excellent day run from the Licola Caravan Park. You can start up, you can head back to Burgoyne's East, or you can head straight up the Jamison Licola Road and hit Cobb Spur track and do the round trip. Again, I can't say it enough, the views coming from Burgoyne's towards Licola are absolutely spectacular. Again guys, this type of river crossing can be very notorious, so if you are going to attempt to walk it, be very careful and make sure you're not alone. You could get washed away. That no doubtably would cause death. If it looks too deep, there's no doubt that it probably is. As I continue down Cobb Spur track, this goes down to the valley and meets Serpentine Creek. There is a couple of steep sections on this track, so bear in mind for weather. At the time I did the video, it looked like the track had been graded as well and was in very good condition. These tracks in the high country can change overnight and become very awkward to get out of. Remember to save Admiral Towing and Recovery's phone number in your phone, and never underestimate the Victorian high country, as it does change all year round. Arriving at the camp, I noticed a strange but familiar smell. I've smelt this smell before in certain places of the Victorian high country, and one time along the Barrier Way. Now I wasn't sure what it was, but I soon discovered exactly what it was. You guessed it, it's a dead deer. Now someone had shot a sambar deer and left it there to rot. The smell wasn't too good, but I soon got rid of that smell when I discarded that deer in a different location. Now Serpentine Creek is a well-known fishing spot, and I've heard of people pulling out some really decent sized trout of here, but at the time I'm here it's a little bit low, and I pushed for time to throw the rod in. It was a bit unfortunate because I do have the fly rod sitting there waiting in the car. One thing, guys, I just forgot. I'm going to lift my bonnet and put a bit of this stuff around the wheels because of those mice. This is peppermint oil. So the last time I went away and I was here, it didn't happen here, it happened at that Silverwater hut, which is a Sweetwater Lodge. And I did a big clean up there in the last video. So yeah, they attacked my leads, all of them, every single one under the bonnet. I just went around the car now, and what I'm going to do when I get home, I didn't have time on this trip, is get this peppermint oil and put it in little tiny containers, just those old little medication containers, empty ones, drill a couple of holes in it, fill it up with cotton wool, and then put this peppermint oil in. It's quite strong. I think I got this just from the chemist, right? So I think it was about 12 bucks or something, pretty cheap. And you put a bit of that on inside the cotton wool, shut the lid, and maybe cable tie a couple of those things inside the bonnet. Obviously river crossings and things, you know, you'd have to do it every now and then and check up on it, but to try and keep those rodents away. Tonight, what I've done, I've just gone round with this on the wheels, just every single wheel there. I just put a bit around on the front and back. That's where their access point is. And I'm lifting the bonnet tonight. It's not going to rain. Apparently, they don't like it if the bonnet's up. They won't do their little, you know, fandangly chewy thing. So I've lifted up the bonnet tonight. Hopefully that it doesn't happen tonight. So, I mean, I'll be a bit of trouble if it does. It happens again. Last time they chewed the leads, they even had a go at the fusible link shield. So, yeah, they were pretty keen. They didn't even eat the stuff. They just gnawed it, left it all sort of lying around on top of the head. Now, this time round, I've got the covers on the leads, but they can still attack the leads on the distributor. Last time round, I didn't have that because I'd just done repairs on the vehicle. So those were left off for that trip, but they still would have got in and done something. Anyway, I've got the peppermint oil around the car on the wheels, and I'll tell you what, I can't smell that dead deer anymore either. This stuff's pretty strong. It actually smells all right. So, yeah, anyway, that's the go. So when I get home, that's what I'm going to do. I might make a little short video on what I do. This is what I've heard that people do, like that live in rural country properties and things that have rodents. You'll notice like cockies and things leave their bonnets up in the shed. If you don't know what a cocky is, it's a landowner. So anyway, that's what generally happens. They'll leave their bonnets up so the rodents don't get in and make themselves at home. Right now, you know, it's that time of day. I've set the camp up. I've got a little fire going. It was pretty easy to get going. Didn't even need much kindling. Got the wood over there that's all cut. I just quickly nipped it up with the chainsaw. I'm set up. Time for that nice cold one around that fire. Just for a little bit while I get a coal base going, and then I'm going to throw on a steak. Nice easy meal, bit of salad, bit of pasta salad. Bob's your auntie. Oh well guys, it's a change of plan tonight. I was going to cook the steak, but now I've got these two nice like schnitzel, sort of chicken schnitzels. They're crumbed in like some herbs. They're pretty good. Bit of that, bit of pasta salad, tiny bit of coleslaw, not too much. And I got this like shortcut, that's cheap salad that I didn't make myself because it's in there. I'll use that, a little bit of that, or maybe we'll see how we go, and then tomorrow night I might use more of that one with another meal. Oh, she's a bit warm. I do have some of you ask why I don't have a swing away for the frying pan and when I cook on the fire. I do have that. It's at home, so, but generally when I'm moving around every day, I don't send it up. I try and keep the whole camp as simple as I can. So I have got one. I've made it myself. I've made it back in a factory I worked in back in 2006. So I do have it still there. It's pretty good. It's a bit heavy, but it's okay. It does the job. Cooking down there on the coals, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the way I am. So yeah, so I do have it. Like I said, if I stay in the camp for more than one night, I generally set it up a little bit better than what I do, beside the full basic setup. Well, I think it's time for a new one, guys. I've had this since 2005. On the last trip, well, not the one before that, there was a bit of wind, and this big old table that we had covering wind on a fire fell down and hit this billy on the lid. Squashed this part of the billy here, and the lid's flat. But it still fits all right. There's no problem here. But since then, I've noticed a bit of rust. So, and inside as well. I don't know whether it's coming from the lid or what's going on. So I think I might need a new one. Unfortunately, they do sell these types of billies, but they're not black. They're blue, and I don't like it. So, yeah. Drop a comment. Let me know what sort of billy you use. I need something similar to this. Nice and simple. Not a blue one, because I just don't like the look of it. Yeah, so... Look, I'm going to wash it out a bit and put it on the fire, and then... Yeah, it's not bad, but... Anyway, it might be a bit of roughage. So, it's the only billy I got at the moment, so it's going to have to do. Well, it is getting a bit dark, but hey, my meal's made. I've done it. It's nice and simple. These things, you push for time during the day, so you make a simple meal. Unfortunately, we can't get the camp oven out and do a roast right now. So, fire's going there in the background nicely. And we got this nice couple of chicken schnitzels with a bit of salad. I'm going to sit down over there in that seat and enjoy that. So, yeah. I had to have the 2 chicken fillets tonight. I just felt a bit hungry, so on your gravy, guys, you know me. Not bad. Well, guys, that was an absolutely awesome sort of quick and easy meal. I'll tell you one thing, my full respect goes for anyone out there who's making this type of content just the way I do. Because I know how hard it is for what we've got to do to get these videos out to you. Now, if you do like this type of content, guys, the most important thing is for me, so if you want to show me you like it, you want me to keep going, just give me a thumbs up and tell me in the comments why you enjoy these videos. That is the most important thing you can do for me. Like I said, my full respect goes out to any content creator who does what we do here to try and get these videos out to you. I know how hard it is. It's taken me 5 or 6 times longer to get to camp to try and do this. It's time for me to sit down and relax around that fire, because I am late to camp today. Like literally, it's taken from the blacktop to here 4 hours. Easy 4 hours, which should usually take an hour and a half maybe. So yeah, anyways, like I said, if you like what you see, hit the thumbs up. Tell me why you want me to keep coming out to make this type of content, because like I'm sitting down right now in the dark. So anyways, I am here. It's good. Tomorrow we're heading up the track, heading out to the Jamison Licola Road down McMillan's. We're going to try and find a nice little spot on where the 2 Barclay rivers meet. That's what I'm aiming for tomorrow. So we come out of here, we go there, camp there, and then the next day, which will be Wednesday, we're hitting son of a bitch track. 3rd time lucky. We'll see how we go. Once again, guys, I appreciate every one of you who drops comments and likes this content. It shows me to keep going because you love it. So yeah, anyway, so it's time for me to sit down and relax. So right now I'm going to sit there, enjoy that fire. The billy's on. I'm going to do a couple of dishes and we're done for the day. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you all. The plan to camp where the two Barclay rivers meet did change, but you'll have to stay tuned for episode 2 to see where I camp and what happens with that one. After a nice morning brew, it's time to put that fire out. Now a good 10 litres will put the fire out good and proper, and if you have a river, definitely take advantage of that. Alright, so day 2, morning's beautiful. It's a little bit late for my liking today, but anyway, I slept into about maybe 7, so yeah, just about to leave camp. I was going to change my plan. So what I was going to do is go over the top, do Mount Sunday Road and camp in Jamison Hut, but I will stick to plan and get a bit of wood up here and yeah, just find these two Barclay rivers and camp there for the night. As I continue the journey along Cobb Spur track, there was something missing. It's my mobile phone. Up further on Cobb Spur track is a telecommunications tower, and from there you've got a really good view over Licola. Now I need to touch base with a couple of people just to let them know where I am and to let them know that I'm safe. Almost at the top of Cobb Spur track, and I've got to make a phone call soon, yeah, just to touch base with a couple of people. And no, I'm not rolling my swag out in the middle of the track. But yeah, I couldn't find my phone and I left it in the swag. So, who's done that before, eh? What else have you left in your swag? Check out this view from the roof rack up here on Cobb Spur track. It's absolutely immaculate over there. After that, the journey continues. But unfortunately for this episode, it's come to an end. So make sure you join me in the next episode to see where I get up to. Head towards Son of a Bitch track for a high elevation on the knobs. If you've enjoyed the video, give us a like, subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell notification so you never miss an episode of the Bush TV. Again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the Bush TV, and we'll see you in the next one.